Okay, throughout the video, I'm just going to start throwing in a bunch of stuff. I just filled up the bathtub. I'm just going to add a little bit of line to them and just like shred them through the water a little bit just so you can see the actions of what I'm talking about when it comes to a bunch of these lures. Because I could describe like, oh, it shakes its head. Oh, it pops water. Or, you know, it dives deep. But it doesn't make any sense until you see it. And then you see, oh, that's how that works. I'm very excited about explaining this. These are all the different kind of lures, not even all of them, but this is a bunch of the different kind of lures used to try to catch bass. I'm going to go through and explain a bunch of them, explain how they all work, explain the different colors, explain everything like that. That way you know when you got 20 bucks in your pocket trying to hit Bass Pro Shop, you don't buy something goofy or something stupid, because at the end of the day, lures are made to catch fishermen, not fish. So, first thing, top water. Banger. This shreds water. Going through, yank it at a time, cast it in. First thing it does, you just let it sit. Let it hang out. White is a great color for bass. Let it sit there on the water right when you cast. Just kind of floats. Just kind of moves. Then you rip it. These go spinning like crazy, kicking up a ton of water. It's made to get a reactionary bite. So whenever you have it in there, the bass look at it, they see something's new, they don't pay much mind, and the second you win it and just whip it out, they see it immediately. Jaws scene, going up like that, boom, crashes it. Topwater is maybe the most fun you can have bass fishing, just based off the crazy bite. So a bunch of these are all topwater on the right. This is too, same thing, cast it out, let it sit for a little bit, and then yank it, and that little propeller goes tweaking out the back. Obviously, bass see it, bass want to hit it. Black, also great color. Blacks and whites for topwater are killer. Always use them. This is a little more wacky. This is where I got grabbed with the fish. Don't always, know what's selling at Bass Pro Shop. This kind of got me as a fisherman. I saw this. I thought, this is cool. I think it's called a whopper plopper. But you pull it in, basically same dynamic. Catches water, spins. Same thing on the back. Catches water, spins. Fishing lures don't catch fish, they catch fishermen. This one got me. I think I got one fish on this thing as a whole. Maybe other people have some better luck, but not a super traditional bait, fairly newer. This is a super traditional bait. It's called a popper. Cast it in. Obviously, your line's hanging out on front. It just sits on top of the water. You pull it, creates a little air bubble. So when it goes down like that and you yank it, little air bubble, pop, pop. Bass see that sitting on top. It's that great white color, white and red. They see that reactionary bite, Jaws scene all over again. Same exact thing. This is much more OG. I can't even tell you how old this lure is. Probably older than me at this point. But same exact thing, just bigger mouth. Again, white bottom. Boop, boop, boop. Big bubble every time. Every time. You have to pull it exactly the right time. If you just start dragging it, you're not going to get it to hit. But if you take your time and just boop, boop, let it sit for a little bit, boop, bangs it. Same thing, Jaws scene, going crazy. This is where stuff starts to get a little weird, because topwater has a bunch of different flavors to it. This, you could obviously put a little worm, a little something like that on the back. But these and buzz baits, you pull it through the water pretty quick. That starts shining, starts flipping through, a little old, but starts ripping through the water. That's when you get some reactionary bites as well. Bass just hanging out on top of the water. See this coming in. It starts shredding water going through. Same thing, reactionary bite, straight up. This is mainly more of a trout fishing lure. The rooster tails, but same thing, same exact thing applies. That little spinner, the whole thing just rotates. This goes crazy, flashes around, bass see it, same thing, boom, smash it. Topwater is so much fun. You cast out, you just see your lure kind of chilling on top like that, just kind of waving through, and then out of nowhere, massive bite, massive grab, fish on, boom, yank that. Some of the other topwater stuff, a little more traditional. Jitterbug. Jitterbug, I don't even know if I've ever caught a fish on a jitterbug, but it's just so much fun to fish with. I don't think I mind. Cast it in, same kind of thing. Has this massive lip. Creates so much water displacement going through. Just shredding through the water like that, let it wait. Shred through the water again. Different color belly. Like I said, more of the whites and blacks work, but it got some fish tones to it, has a little fish scale in it. This same thing, gonna get bites, gonna get hit regardless. Maybe you could use it better than I can, because like I said, have not hit anything with the jitterbug. This is also something I've not had any luck on, but I keep on buying them because Bass Pro Shop knows how to sell to me. Frogs. Squishy body, 2 massive hooks in the back. Same thing. Squishy body, massive hook in the back. It has little tails. You can cut them. So this one, I just trimmed up a little bit. This one, uneven tail, kind of gives it some more pizzazz, because that's what we're looking for, maximum pizzazz. Really good for tossing, obviously, lily pads, anything like that, anything you can rest on. Same thing, reactionary bite, sits on top of the water, big fish, boom, smash it. These, I can't even tell you how many bass I've caught on these, trillions. Great lure. It's called a jerk bait. Cast it out, looks like a little perch, sits on top of the water. Right when you cast, just let it sit for a while. Let it chill. Then one big yank. That little lip it has catches enough water to give it a spontaneous movement. So you cast it out, little yank, boom, let it sit, rise up again. Looks like an injured fish, looks like a fish doesn't really know what's going on. Bass, same thing. The second you give it that yank, smash. You let it sit for a little while after the yank, smash. Everything, smash. Exact same thing as the jerkbait, another jerkbait, but it's jointed. So, sits on top of the water. When it swims down and with that yank you give it, or that slow reel you give it, that body actuates like that. This one has a great movement, a white belly too. Slaughters fish. Absolutely slaughters bass. So that's all the top water stuff. Deep water, or at least mildly deep water, anything that's not top water, is going to kill regardless. It doesn't matter. So starting off on top, you have the big bill. These are all crankbaits. Crankbaits, very simple in the name. You reel, it cranks itself. It gives itself its action. You don't have to do much to it. The bigger the lip, the further it will go down. Looks like a little perch, perch-like. Just looks swimming. It's not looked like injured like the jerk baits or anything like that. These will just work perfect on their own. Reel them, reel them, reel them, reel them, reel them, reel them. Great movement. So bigger bill, deeper it will go. Same thing. They're all jointed. There's some obviously that aren't, but these big bill ones shred. They'll go straight down. Only thing you have to worry about is if you're fishing like a dirty river or a messed up kind of pond, and you're just yanking up all these weeds and trash and other people's fishing line that's been on the bottom forever, you will get caught and you will lose these lures. So if you know that, hey, I can't be digging straight into the ground, or there's a rock there and I know it's going to get stuck, reel a little lighter, so it doesn't go straight down. Has that nice little medium pace. And that head movement is vicious on these things, these big bill ones. This is probably about a normal size bill for a lot of these. Not a big fan of this color. There's 2 things in bass fishing with colors. Show them something new, or show them something they already know. This, showing them something new. This, showing them something they already know. Normal fish color, something wacky. They both hit depending on different times of the day, different things like that. So, pretty normal lip on this one. Won't go as deep as those first 2, but definitely has some shake to it when it gets going. This is different. Same crankbait idea. still goes down, but it's square lipped. This has a much more erratic movement when it's getting yanked through the water, but it doesn't go as deep. So while these might hit like, 10, 12 feet deep in the water, this one, maybe like 6 feet, but its head's gonna be yanking like that. Has a, hold on, little marble inside it too. So just vicious, vicious. Head shake, banging left and right, causes noise, bass hear that, bass come up and hit it. Looks like a little bluegill or something, white belly, perfect. This is even a smaller thing, but still, same idea applies. Little bluegill, little sunfish, little something like that. Square lip, just bang in the head going through. Won't go as deep because obviously the bill's small, but still banging it around. Now what you have here is a lipless crankbait. Same idea, still dives down, still shakes, but obviously cannot go as deep because it doesn't have that big plastic lip on it. But it will still shake around, bang around, looks kind of like a crawfish, has crawfish colors. Crawfish, crawdad, whatever you want to call them, depending on where you're from. And the same thing with this one, little shad color, but same idea. Lipless crankbait, has that flat top, and it will go through, still thrash around and everything like that. Not as much as the square ones though. Square ones are where it's at. Goes through, won't go as deep, but great color on these. Super old design, but will always work regardless. And white belly, bang. This is another one. Next, okay. These two, I've caught a dumb amount of fish on. This, same idea applies. It's a little crawfish, little crawdad. Looks great. Looks just like one. Has the lip on the back, swims backwards like this. Same thing, shakes around, shakes around, shakes around. Goes through, shreds water like that. Lastly, maybe the easiest way to catch fish is going to be with hooks and worms. Not regular live worms that you dig up out of the ground or that you buy from a fish and bait tackle shop, but plastic lures. Plastic lures will always give you something. And that's what I've been trying to use because I know I can't catch anything here and I know plastic lure will do it. But if you go to any store, any shop, you see a million different kind of hooks and none of them make any sense looking at them. So to start, this is just a weighted hook. Obviously a big chunky weight in the middle. We're going to take this and then something called a swim bait. Swim baits can be plastic or they could be wood. The wood ones are just the massive lures. Anytime you see a mass like 5, 6, 7 inches long, it's going to be a swim bait. But these work just as well. A little pricey, but these are fantastic. To hook them, you're going to take the hook, put it through the head, and out the bottom. A little too far. Out the bottom. You're going to push the weight through. So it's like that. So now the weight, it's just like that. That obviously doesn't look normal, doesn't look natural. We want it to sit like this. So we see where that hook goes through. It's going to be about right there. I'm going to mark it with my finger. I'm going to pull the weight up a little bit. I'm going to shove this through. Out the bottom, right where we found our finger. The head popped out. We're just going to loop that back on. There we go. So your hook is going to pop up in the middle. This is nice. It has a little slit. Has a little slit in it. So you could poke it through like that. That way when you cast, it's going to sink. You're going to drag this thing on the bottom, or if you're real fast enough, kind of rip it through the middle. This tail in the back, any water that catches it, it's going to start flipping like that. Looks just like a fish. So when a bass comes up and grabs it from the back, it's going to pull it. That hook's going to pop out the top. Boom, hook set. The second you feel the bass kind of hit it, you whip that thing back. Set that hook right in the lip. You let it hit too long. Biggest issue with all these plastic baits and little single hooks. If you wait too long, the bass will just straight swallow it. And good luck trying to get a lure or a hook, especially out of a bass's stomach. You have to pull that thing out. It's bad. It does so much damage to the bass. You don't want that. I only do catch and release. I want to see them grow big. I want to see the big ones mate. I want to see everything go well. These work fantastic for monster bass. Monster bass only, though. You're not going to have a foot-long bass try to take on this thing. This thing's, I think, 6 inches long. It's going to hit. And when it does hit, you're going to get a huge trophy bass on it. This, a little deceiving. Hook on the bottom there, big single hook, weight on the top, and has a little skirt around it. So these are made much more for like crawfish. So you take a lure or a soft plastic like this, has a little crawfish dude on it, a little happy guy. When you pull this through the water, the claws go up and down like that. So we're gonna put them on like this, just straight on. So hook's gonna pop through about, let's get that skirt out of the way, just so you can see. It's gonna sit on there. So we're gonna push this dude through. The bottom right there. Then puncture the hook out the side. So you have the hook exposed, push the butt on the little thing so it stays on there. And now you have this crawdad on there. Obviously, hook still exposed. Put that skirt back down. Looks flawless. Looks flawless. You throw this thing in the deep end of any pond or lake, it's going to hit the bottom. The skirt's going to go up in the air. It's going to look like a little crawfish. You give it a little yank, little yank, little yank. Bass are going to come swimming in, see it, see the little skirt popping off, little glitter in the skirt, see it, see that, boom, hit, same thing. Oh, look, shrimp. Oh no, shrimp. Grabbed. Then obviously set the hook, big hook right there, straight through the lip, reel that thing up. This, similar idea to the first one for small swim baits, has an eye on it already. It's perfect. For much smaller ones though, because you take this swim bait compared to this swim bait, you're not going to catch as big of bass, but you're still going to get the hits. And that's all you want half the time. You just want the hits on it. So to put it on, you line it up, put the head like that. You want to see where the hook's going to poke through. So you want to mark it with your finger a little bit. Say, hey, it's going to poke through about there. Put the hook in the body. Rip it up through the top. Then push it forward. Look at that, little chubby dude. Same thing, swims like that, any water catches the back. You don't need to do an action with this one. It's gonna shake around, it's gonna, run itself through a wall. Works perfect. This is where I excel. This is my bread and butter. This is everything I know how to do. This is how I caught my 7-pound bass. I'm gonna throw it up again really quick. Okay, so you take a weighted hook, weighted on the head like this, and something like this, little worm, or let's use the big worm. This is what I caught my massive bass on, was exactly this color, but it was this size of worm. So you don't need to grab the biggest, worm out there like this to catch a big bass. So to put this on, it has a little cork on it. Let's see. Has a little cork on it. You want to put it on there and just twist it on. Also, if you touch this stuff long enough, it'll get all over your fingers. Like mine looks so greasy right now. So we're just gonna weave that on. This ensures that if you get a bass on, it's not gonna rip off the worm instantly. So boom, it's on. You want to see where the hook goes. We're going to put it in like that. So it's going to go in about right there, top of the hook. Push that back. Put it in. Perfect. So I can feel the point of the hook right there. Obviously not going to hook myself, but if a bass grabs it and tears that thing back, hook exposed. So when you cast it, it's going to lay down just like that. The rest of the body's going to kind of float around. Give it a little tug. Whoop. Body twirls. Whoop. Body twirls. You're going to have this worm just eating on the bottom. Just eating up the whole way. Give it some jerks. Let it sit for a while. Let it do its thing. Give it some jerks. Or you could cast it a little bit and just slowly reel, and that tail's going to flutter in the water. Just absolutely go crazy. Bass will see that. Bass will smash that. This last one, it's called a Texas rig, and for good reason too. This also, just another worm. You have the worms with tails, worms with no tails. It's all pretty much the same. You're going to take your line. You're going to put this on the line first. So weight goes on the line. Weight's just sitting on the line. Then you take your hook, obviously tie it up to that side. Take your worm. We're going to do the same thing we did with that first swim bait. We want it to look like that. So we're going to Texas rig it. We're going to take the hook, poke it through the head, pop it right out the side. So it's only in like half a centimeter. Loop it around, boom. Take the bottom, see where it's going to go in, about right there. Pull the worm back, push the hook up through its body, so it's just poking out. These are great because it's weedless. So if you're fishing in an area that's heavily weeded, ton of plant life, tired of taking weeds off your treble hooks for all of these and all of those, use a weedless lure. Any of these worms, perfect for no weeds. That way when you have this, the weight sits just like that. Same thing, you could drag it across the bottom, cast it out, reel it a little faster. If you want to go weightless, you can go weightless. It's just going to take a little bit longer for that thing to sink, but it still gives it some great movement. Texas rigs, go to. Cannot recommend these enough. Texas rigs will hit time and time again. Just to wrap things up, this is what I think if you're just starting out, you should heavily focus on. You want a deep crank. Obviously, colors, pick whatever you want. Let Bass Pro Shop have its way. But deep crank to the bottom. Something with a square bill, something that shakes its head violent, something that's going to get down there a little bit, but it's going to really show some motion. And then lastly, this little crawdad. If you could find this thing, pick it up. It will hit. I don't know what else to tell you. This thing has done its work for me. These hooks still sharp too. A little jerkbait for some top water. Some doesn't need to be jointed, could just be a single one like this. Always had great luck with them. It's also a great introduction to top water. Lets you really see that Jaws effect when that bass comes up and smashes it. Maybe a little hula popper, something that pops the water a little bit. Also a great introduction to top water. So 2 little top water ones, 3 little cranks, and then just a Texas rig. Doesn't need to be a worm with a tail. Could just be a straight, Senko worm. Weight, you can go with the weight or without the weight, but just buy these little hooks. I don't know what they're called, but it's great. Texas rig it on that. You're going to have a great time. So deep water, deep, a little shallower, top water. Great way to start out. Just some basic little lures.